Now at 5, an unimaginable tragedy.
It certainly is the worst nightmare that families can endure, or school can endure.
A charter bus carrying students, staff, and parents from a school in Tuscarawas County involved in a deadly crash.
I just want the families and everybody at the school to know that we're with them, we're praying for them, we're here to support them and encourage them any way we can.
Latest details on what we know happened and the questions still unanswered. In total, the fiery crash involved 5 vehicles, leading to at least 3 deaths and 18 injuries. The crash happened at 8:45 this morning on Interstate 70 near State Route 310 in Licking County. And within the last half hour, Ohio State Highway Patrol tweeted the eastbound lanes are now open. Westbound, though, remains closed. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I'm John Kosick.
And good evening. I'm Katie Houston. All day, our News 5 crews have been everywhere from Franklin County to Licking County and right here in Tuscarawas. We have been gathering the latest information and reaction for you on what happened today. And we start with the latest. A community shaken to its core and waiting to learn more about the full extent of the fatalities, the casualties, and the injuries of that accident. News 5's Bob Jones has been gathering information all day. He was there as the Ohio State Highway Patrol and Governor DeWine addressed this tragedy and the investigation. Bob, what do we know right now?
Well, Katie, we are in Licking County right by I-70, and as John mentioned a short time ago, these lanes were shut down for most of the day, but I-70 eastbound has been reopened. I-70 westbound remains closed. This all happened just before 9 o'clock this morning. We heard from Governor Mike DeWine a short time ago, and he said he's ordering the flags lowered to half staff at the state capitol and in Tuscarawas County. The governor added it's really hard to describe the tragedy, and he offered his thoughts and prayers on behalf of Ohioans to the victims and their families. Here's what we know so far. 5 vehicles were involved in the accident on I-70 West, including a semi-truck that crashed into the charter bus, causing a fire. Investigators say 3 people were killed and 18 people were injured. They went to 7 hospitals. The bus was carrying band members and students from Tuscarawas Valley High School, as well as parents and teachers on their way to a performance at a conference in Columbus. We have not heard the names or the ages of the victims and how many of them were actually on that bus. This afternoon, there was a family reunification center set up at Etna United Methodist Church. Emergency management officials understandably asked us to keep our distance during this very emotional time, and of course, we respected those wishes. As far as figuring out what led to this terrible crash, that could take a while.
We have to break down, what exactly caused the crash in regard to which vehicle struck which vehicle and what that sequence was within that crash at the time of the incident.
This is just a tragedy that no one, you can hardly ever imagine it, and it's the worst nightmare for, I'm sure, the superintendent, worst nightmare for the families, worst nightmare for the teachers.
And tonight we have also learned that the NTSB is sending a team of investigators here to Licking County to conduct a safety investigation to figure out exactly what happened in this deadly crash this morning. Katie?
Those answers will take time to figure out, but right now, Bob, the time is to come together and grieve and be with one another like they are doing here. Bob, thank you so much for that update. And I was here, the community, I was talking with people in the village, the Zor village, in the surrounding area, and as you can imagine, they are just heartbroken. This is such a tight community. As I was talking to people, you realize everybody knows everybody, which also means that most people know someone impacted by this tragedy today involving Tusky Valley. They tell me that the kids here are just like all of their kids. I talked with the mayor of Zor Village, born and raised here. He tells me he cannot believe this happened. He says the day started just like any other day. It was a great day that turned so tragic.
It's shocking. It's hard when it hits home. And a lot of people are, really devastated.
You feel that devastation. Mayor Gordon and his wife adding, they are praying for the families, saying the community will come together. They will support each other. They will support the families. And again, asking everyone to pray for them in the community, the Tusky Valley community, wrapping its arms around the high school as the students, the faculty, the staff, they begin to process the deadly charter bus crash down near Columbus. As we said, we have teams across the area gathering information for you, including News 5 investigator Tara Morgan out here with us tonight. You spent the day here on the Tusky Valley campus, talking with people, processing, trying to, again, just wrap their minds around what happened.
Right, and it's just so heartbreaking. You can just see the devastation in their eyes. They're somewhat reserved. It's a somber mood out here. We saw parents coming in one after the other, picking up their students. You could just tell it was a tough day for everyone.
Hugs and many tears on the Tusky Valley High School grounds. Throughout the day, parents pulled up outside the front doors. Faculty escorted grieving students to waiting cars.
It's a devastation. I mean, it's horrible.
Susie Gordon's son, Landon, graduated this year. The two live close by and just wanted to be at the school.
When we heard, we just wanted to come we didn't really know why to come. We just thought we should come because what do? You just thought maybe it could be a blessing to somebody.
The Ohio State Highway Patrol sent its crisis assistance team in with a chaplain.
Just that we're here. There's support, there's resources, and whatever is needed, we will provide.
The school superintendent released a statement calling the Tusky Valley Trojan family strong, saying that strength will be needed to get through this. Some faculty tell News 5 the kids are like their own, asking everyone for prayers.
And the superintendent's post has more than 600 comments offering prayers and words of comfort, and I was reading through them, Katie, and you could see comments are coming in from all over Ohio, Kentucky, even South Carolina. They're coming in from band parents, members of bands, different school districts. It's just amazing to see this outpouring.
People want to be there to support each other, and that's what we're seeing right now on the ground here as well. So thank you, Tara. Appreciate you being out here with us. Images from the scene show those students riding on the bus operated by Pioneer Trails. We checked out their website and we learned that it's a family-owned business that has been in operation since 1984. In a statement, the company said it is cooperating with this investigation. Right now, News 5 investigator Scott Knoll is looking more into their background. He's also trying to learn all he can about the semi-truck company and driver involved in this crash. He will have that information for you, all new, coming up ahead on News 5 at 6 o'clock. And coming up right here later on News 5, Columbus Bureau reporter Morgan Trow will have reaction from Ohio lawmakers on this deadly crash. And as always, we will continue to bring you new details throughout our later editions of News 5 and also on our News 5 app and website, news5cleveland.com. So make sure you stay connected there as well. John, just as Tara said, it is a really difficult day.
Yeah, Katie, I got to say, I've known Governor DeWine for a pretty long time now, and he didn't mention it there, but I know he knows the sudden devastation that comes with the traffic accident. We just passed the 30th anniversary of the death of one of his own daughters, Becky, in a traffic accident in 1993. It's something he's told me in the past that he draws upon when called upon to console those who have suffered loss in situations like this, and it's something I know that was going through his mind today. Katie, we will return to you and the latest on this tragedy a little bit later in the show.